Welcome to Fastpitch Hitting Video 6, Swing to a Contact Point Using the Tee. Swinging at a moving or stationary ball consists of executing a long punch drill with the addition of extending the arms toward the pitcher and then following through, which we'll cover in a couple of minutes. Hitting a ball off of a tee is generally not hard to do since the ball is just sitting there. When hitting a ball off of a tee, keep your eyes on the ball, but think about one or two fundamental motions. Do not think about hitting the ball because it will distract you from working on your swing fundamentals. The coach who is placing the ball onto the tee or directing the use of multiple tees at the same time should designate to the hitter what fundamental movement she should think about during her next swing. Likewise, never try to put the bat onto the ball or aim for a portion of the ball, whether it is on a tee or moving. As you execute the hip turn, your hands and arms should stay above the ball and near your chest. Keep your elbows bent as the bat starts, as it comes around, and as it makes contact with the ball. The bat will go to the ball quite nicely as your swing habits improve. It is good to try to always have a throw-down home plate under the base of the tee. The coach should usually set up the tee so the ball is held in one of 5 different positions relative to the throw-down home plate. Down the middle for easiest introduction of concepts or movements, or one of the 4 corners, high outside, high inside, or low inside. There is usually no need to practice hitting the ball off a tee in any positions other than down the middle and the 4 corners. You might find that your tee will not hold the ball at the lowest point of the strike zone. If so, it is just fine to practice at the lowest tee setting available for low outside and low inside strikes. For the high outside and high inside strikes, set the tee so the whole ball is just above the waist of the hitter while she's in her stance. Swinging to a contact point is a critical requirement of good hitting. It starts with understanding that the bat should contact the ball in front of the front foot when the pitch is down the middle or over the inside half of the plate. By contrast, the bat should contact the ball behind the front foot when the pitch is over the outside half of the plate. This drawing shows a bird's eye view of home plate with 3 balls at the proper contact points for pitches coming down the middle and over the inside and outside halves of the plate. I recommend you practice the outside and inside strikes with the ball positioned halfway on and halfway off the plate. Set the tee so the contact point for an inside strike will be 4 to 6 inches in front of the front foot after the step is taken. The contact point for a strike down the middle should be 1 to 3 inches in front of the front foot just after the step is taken. For the outside strike, the contact point is about 4 inches behind the front foot after the step is taken. A proper swing at an outside strike should send the ball toward right center field, and an inside strike toward left center field. Reverse those for lefties, of course. A pitch down the middle should go back up the middle with the understanding that any movement of the pitch away from the exact center of the plate, or variation from an excellent swing, should cause the ball to scoot past the pitcher rather than go right at her. It is never our intention to hit the ball back to the pitcher. The player's hands should travel straight ahead for all pitches. They should begin that way when the elbows start to slide forward and continue straight ahead through contact. They should not reach out at an outside strike, nor be pulled in for an inside strike. If the coach sees that happening, do not ask the player to focus on what her hands are doing. Instead, have her practice swinging to the proper contact point with her elbows bent. To reach a few extra inches for a low outside pitch, do what I call the lean. The player lets her front hip slide out from under her shoulders near the end of the hip turn just before contact. Practice this off a tee that is set to hold the ball at or just below the knees by pulling out the center portion of a two-piece tee if available. Set the tee so the ball is also just off the plate, not a strike. Alternatively, simply use soft toss to the same spot. Be sure the player does not start the lean early or her posture will be compromised, causing an inconsistent swing and poor results. Keep your elbows bent the usual amount to maintain both power and control. This is very important. An inside pitch is more difficult to hit well than a middle or outside pitch. It requires a quicker, more aggressive swing. But don't throw off your good swing. Simply turn your hips quickly to the front while firing your bottom hand more strongly toward the pitcher. The quicker hip turn is the standard way to swing harder. The strong bottom hand, the left hand for righties, helps keep the inside pitch fair when you hit a line drive. Be sure the player does not pull her body up out of her stance or back off the plate as she swings at an inside pitch. This is most easily seen from the pitcher's view or from behind the catcher. When hitting off a tee, the player should have her eyes on the ball until contact occurs. As the ball leaves the tee, the player's eyes should stay on the top of the tee for a second or two. The top of the tee is the part the ball was resting on. This helps the player learn to avoid having her eyes follow the ball as it comes off her bat. In my Teaching and Practicing video 16, I will provide some recommendations to help you introduce these concepts to your team. You can go back to my Fastpitch coaching channel to select that video, or let YouTube take you directly to Fast Pitch Hitting Video 7, Dealing with the Pitch.